Hey guys, I guess that trip back in time really worked, huh? Now's time for us to start our first project. This lesson, I'll quickly go over some concepts, stuff you need to know, and then I'll describe the project in Project Ho, and then outline the key programming techniques in Template Potato. You'll see that each of these topics I named have their own section in the video timeline, so you can see where stuff is. Alright, before I show you the project, I need you to understand a few things. First of all, about input. The stuff you get from the user when you use input will always be a string. See? This might not be a problem, but it means you can't do maths with it since it's not an integer. You'll just get an error. There is a handy command called int, which will turn any string into an integer you can do maths with, as long as the string can actually become a number. This is how you can avoid errors from adding a string with an integer. See, now this is an integer. And we can even do maths with it. The opposite of this is the string function, which is written str, which turns integers into strings, for when you need it to put in a sentence using print formatting. Equally useful. See? Next is something you might have spotted during a previous lesson. You cannot actually write an apostrophe into a string or a print statement, because this will close the string, making it really weird. Yeah. This can be solved by using double quotes. But I prefer to use something called an escape character. If you type a backslash before this apostrophe, like this, Python won't count it as code. This can also be used for new lines as the escape character \n. In fact, you can even backslash a backslash if you want to print a backslash. Finally, another thing you may have noticed. Whenever I make an example list, I never call it quote-unquote list. This is because list is an actual Python command, which we'll explore later. That's why I usually type lst when making a list. Just gotta clear that up. Well, hey, this project is going to be a text-based RPG. In other words, you want to create a sort of text story where the user can give input to choose paths, pick up items, and talk to people. You'll have to use a plethora of if statements, but you don't have to make a really long story, just enough to show off your Python skills. I've included a Dropbox link in the description where you guys can upload your finished projects. Click on it and then just click this plus, and then you can upload any file from your computer. Now you're perfectly welcome to skip the next session with the key structure and head off to ending. Please do. But I highly recommend you watch Template Potato. Nice. Now just for a quick overview of the structure of the project. At the beginning, you should make any variables you want to have, such as an inventory. which should be empty at the start, unless you want to give the player a starter weapon or something. Then you could put an input command next to a name variable so that you can ask the player for an in-game name. See, I just used an escape character. Now, here's how you could program a choice. First of all, you'd enclose the thing in a while loop so that you can make the player repeat the question if they type something that wasn't an option. Then you'd type something like input. Choose a color of paint, red, green, or blue. You'd then use if and elif statements to display a different answer for every choice. Wait, whoops, I forgot to make this input into a variable so that we can remember it for the if statement. This pass thing doesn't actually do anything, which is the whole point. It's just meant to be a placeholder for code you might type later. Then you could type a break at the end of all of these choices to break out of the loop, and then move on to the next question. Alternatively, if this decision changed the entire path the story took, you can make a different set of questions for all of them inside it. See? Awesome! Now I'll wait for your amazing RPGs to come towards me. Goodbye. Wait. Extra special level up coming up? Sweet! I get a jacket now? Apparently this is Tier 2 Level 1. Nice. Okay then, good... Uh-oh. My time-traveling antics have created a tear in space-time. Whoa! Help me!